A DMP is a document that describes how research data will be managed throughout the research project and after it has been completed. DMPs are important because they help to ensure that research data is accurate, organized, accessible, secure, and reusable. There are many reasons why researchers should develop a DMP. For example, DMPs can help researchers to comply with the fund requirements, right? Ensure the long-term preservation of the research data, make research data more accessible to other researchers, increase the impact of research. The components of DMP vary depending on the specific research project, but they typically includes a description of the data, a description of the data management procedure, a description of the data storage and preservation plans, a description of the data access and sharing policies, and there are a number of different tools and resources that can help researcher with write a DMP, including DMP tools, the data one and the data management plan template, and the NIH data management and sharing plan template. Writing a DMP can seem daunting, but it doesn't have to be. By following the steps in this tutorial, you can create a DMP that will help you to manage your research data effectively and efficiently. So we will cover the following topics: what is DMP, why develop a DMP, and the DMP components of a DMP, writing a DMP, and we'll conclude, right? A DMP is a document that describes how research data will be managed throughout the research project and after it has been research completed. So DMPs are important because they help to ensure that research data is accurate, organized, accessible, secure, and reusable. There are many reasons why researchers should develop a DMP. For example, DMPs can help researchers to comply with the fund requirements as I discussed already. So what is a DMP? In this previous slide, we discussed the agenda for this particular tutorial. In this slide, we will discuss what is a DMP is. A DMP is a document that describes how research data will be managed through the research project. And after it has been completed, DMP are important because they help to ensure that research data is accurate, organized, accessible, secure, and reusable. Here are some of the benefits of having a DMP. Compliance. Many funders now require the researchers to have a DMP in order to receive the fundings. Long-term preservation. DMPs help to measure that research data is reserved for future use. Accessibility. DMPs makes research data more accessible to other researchers. Reusability. The DMPs makes research data more reusable for future research. And if you are involved in a research project, I encourage you to develop a DMPs, and DMPs are an important part of ensuring that research data is managed effectively and efficiently. So why develop a DMP? In this previous slide, we have already discussed what is a DMP is, and in this slide we will discuss why researchers should develop a DMP. There are many reasons the researchers should develop a DMP. Here are few of the important reasons for the requirement. Many funders now require the researchers to have DMP, as I told earlier in my last slide also. in order to receive the funding, and this is because the funders want to ensure that research data is managed effectively and efficiently, and that is the research that is the preserved for the future use also. Long-term preservation, also we have discussed about this long-term preservation purpose, right? So accessibility is very important part, reusability also a part of this particular thing, right? So why we should use a DMP. Now in this slide we will discuss the components of a DMP, and components of the DMP vary depending on the specific research project, but they typically include a description of the data. This includes the data types, formats and sizes. It also includes the information about how the data was collected and processed. A description of the data management procedures. This includes how the data will be stored, backup and accessed. It also includes how the data will be preserved for long-term use. A description of the data storage and prevention and preservation plan. Let us discuss about this. Includes that specific storage and preservation method that will be used. It also includes information about how the data will be migrated to a new storage systems as needed. A description of the data access and sharing the policies. This includes who will have the access to the data and how the data will be shared. It also includes the information about any restrictions on use of the data, and the specific components of the DMP will vary depending on a specific research project. However, the components listed above are all a good starting point. A DMP is a document that describes how research data will be managed throughout the research project and after it has been completed. DMPs are important because they help to ensure the research data is accurate, organized, accessible, secure and reusable. In this program we will, in this video, right, we will cover all the following topics, that is what is DMP, why they have developed a DMP and the components of the DMP, writing a DMP, and we will conclude. Let's start it with that, that is what is DMP. So I already mentioned the what is DMP and why we are using the DMP and what are the writing procedure of the DMP, that we will discuss. These are the components here you can see. Now we are coming to, there are a number of different tools and resources that can help researcher write a DMP, and this include DMP tools. The DMP tool is a free online tool that can help researcher create a DMP. The DMP tool provides a step-by-step guide, step-by-step assistance to write the DMP, and it also includes the templates and resources that can be used to create a DMP. The data management plan template. The data management plan template is a template that can be used to create the DMP. The template designed to be used with a data one, a federal data and repository that provides a long-term preservation of the data, research data. The NIH data management and sharing plan template. This NIH data management and sharing plan template is a template that can be used to create a DMP, and the template is designed to be used with a NIH, a government agency that funds the research. Once you have chosen a tool, a template, you can start writing your DMP. The following the some of the tips writing the DMP. Start early. It is important to start the DMP planning process early in the research project. This will give you the time to gather all the necessary information to get feedback from your research team. Be clear and concise. DMP should clear and concise. It should be easy for other researchers to understand how the data will be managed. Use plain language. DMP should be written in a plain language. Avoid using jargon and technical terms that other researchers may not understand. Get feedback. Once you have written your DMP, it is important to get feedback from your research team, and this will help you to identify any areas that need to be improved. Keep it up to date, and the DMP should be kept as up to date as the research project progress. This will ensure that the DMP reflects the current state of the data management plan. We have seen that DMPs are essential part of the research data management, and they can help to ensure that research data is managed effectively and efficiently. Data developing a DMP, researcher can help to ensure that their data is accurate, organized, accessible, secure and reusable. I hope you have found this particular video helpful. If you have any question, please feel free to contact me. Thank you for your time.